Okay. There's been like this. Sorry, my shirt is all woolly and I'm all discombobulated now. Um, there's an AT&T guy who keeps coming around and he literally like bangs the shit out of my door, and then like by the time I get to my door, he's gone. Like, so he doesn't even stick around. I don't know. My dog scared him because they barked. So I don't know, but he like doesn't stick around. I have not gotten to. He's done like today and yesterday, and I have not gotten to the door once. Like the first time I was sleeping, so I like kind of was like, oh shit, like woke up, and I'm like, by the time I like was functional enough to go open the door, he was gone. And then this time I'm back in the bedroom, so he banged on the door. By the time I got up and like went up there, he was already gone. So whatever. Anyway, this is gonna be part 2 of my week 10 to 12. So I had been talking about the genetic testing and get in the finding out the gender and being excited about that and wanting to get the room together, blah blah blah. So, I want to find out all of that, and we're super, super excited. We're asking people what they think, what their polls are coming in as, and the overwhelming majority, most people I ask say they think I'm having a girl. I'm not sure. At first I was thinking, yeah, it's going to be a girl because there's a crap ton of girls in my family, but my husband has the majority men born first. So, I don't know for sure. I haven't had any dreams telling me what I'm having or anything like that. So, I don't know for sure what I'm having. I don't really have a very good guess. There's some days where I think it's a girl and there's some days that I think it's a boy. So, I'm really just going to have to wait and find out when they tell me and be excited either way. I want a girl, but I'm going to love my boy no matter what. So, it doesn't matter to me as long as they're healthy. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. I really want a girl, which I know I will get eventually because, I mean, the statistics are in my favor, but, watch me now have, like, all boys. But it also is beneficial if I have a girl because, like, my best friend has a baby girl, so she's got, like, a crap ton of baby clothes and stuff, so I would pretty much not, like, even have to buy baby clothes, which I still would because they're so cute. But either way, if it's a boy, if it's a girl, I'm gonna love them. We've picked out the names for both, and then we have a backup name on the off chance that they like pop out, and I go, they don't look like the name we picked. Other one. Before we sign birth certificates and do all of that stuff. So we have 2 names, 2 girl names and 2 boy names picked out, just in case we are prepared. So that was pretty much it for my doctor's appointment. I went and they took the blood. It was like 2 vials. It was no big deal. The lady who did it was like super sweet. And she chit-chatted the whole time she was doing it. And so she took the blood and sent me on my way. So I just got to hear the heartbeat and took the blood and peed in a cup, and that was that. That was my appointment. It was like, I probably would have been in and out in 10 minutes if I didn't do the blood testing and I had to wait for her to come and do it. Because, obviously she's busy doing other things as well, so I had to wait for her to get to my room before we could proceed. So that was a really fun appointment for me because I got to hear the heartbeat, and I found out that I'm going to find out in like 2 weeks. Also, the other thing that I forgot to mention was, I think I did mention it. If I did the other genetic testing, it was a big needle that went into my stomach. That would have had to be like the next time. This one they did right this time. They did at this appointment. So it was sooner, it was non-invasive, it was safer, and it was more accurate. Yeah, my insurance won't cover it, but I don't have insurance right now anyway. Yeah, fun, right? You're fucking pregnant and now you don't have insurance. So my insurance that I had was a Blue Cross Blue Shield plan, and they have a little caveat in there in my particular plan. I don't know if it's in all of them, but it was in mine, apparently, that if you're found eligible for TennCare, which is Tennessee Medicaid, I believe, which is for like pregnant women, children, and like low-income families and stuff like that. If you are found eligible for it, your insurance is terminated. So I'm eligible for TennCare, but they're still making a decision. They could take 45 days to make a decision. So for 45 days, at this point it's more like 30, because it's already been almost 15 days since I submitted the stuff that they asked for. So ever since I submitted the stuff, my insurance has been canceled. So my husband has insurance. The pregnant lady who's got to be going to these doctor's appointments don't have no insurance. So that was another part of the reason, because she had said that, the first one I would have had to wait, is a big ass needle going in my stomach. It could cause problems with the baby. It's not super, super accurate. She said there's like a 10 to 15% chance that you could get a false positive, which doesn't sound like a lot, but like, it's kind of a lot. That's not very, very accurate, and then for it to be like, you could cause problems with my child, like, no. However, the insurance normally would cover it if I had it. Now, the other one, she said the insurance typically does not cover, but like I said, that they'll usually do it for about $200, so that's like next to nothing when you grand scheme it with, the whatever thousands of dollars I'm gonna pay in having the child, all the doctor's appointments, staying in the hospital for a day or two, actually giving birth to the child. $200 is nothing in the grand scheme of things. Tack it on my bill, we'll work out a payment plan when all is said and done, and we'll be fine. So I went ahead and did that one for the convenience, because I don't have insurance anyway, because of the accuracy. Hey, Spot! Quit! He's being a little shit. He's licking his paw, and I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can, and it sounds gross. And I also was worried it was the other dog, Loretta. She has a tendency to just lick the furniture. Like my couch, my bed, her bed, the floor, the wall. She just licks things. She doesn't lick the wall. I said the wall, but I don't think she's ever licked the wall. Maybe once, but she usually likes to lick like fabric. So like her bed, my bed, and the couch are like the main thing. So I sit on the couch sometimes, and there'll be like a fucking wet spot, and everybody's like, "Did she pee?" No, she just licked the shit out of my couch. So I gotta catch her when she's in the act, or she'll like literally leave big wet spots. So moving back to the baby, other than that was basically it for the appointment and for everything thought process wise for that. Coming back to like symptoms and stuff, out of breath still, a little worse. I think I've noticed in like the last week I'm a little easier out of breath as of late. Burping has been a thing, which I take after my dad's side of the family, and all of the women on my dad's side of the family are belchers. So I don't burp cute, little, tiny, like a lady. I like a man sometimes. Like, I've burped in front of like one of Sean's friends, and they're like, "Damn, I thought that was Sean." Like, no, it wasn't. I'm sorry. So that's fun, like when I'm in public and I'm like, "Oh, it's coming," like, because I'm like, hide it, like, I don't want to barp like huge manly like in the middle of Walmart. So that's been a thing. So burping, I'm having a harder time sleeping. I can't get comfortable, like, and I know that that's gonna like get worse, but as I get bigger, like right now, it's not like a physical, like my body can't get comfortable, it's like the temperature. Like, I'm too hot, I'm too cold, I need the blanket on, I need the blanket off, I need to, whatever. So I'm just back and forth. I can't find that good temperature. So I'm like struggling to sleep, and then I'm getting hungry all the time. Like right now I'm getting hungry. Like, I actually ate a while ago. I ate at like 7:30 this morning, so I think this is the longest I've gone without eating, and that's because I was trying to take a nap. So I'm like starving right now, so I'm probably going to wrap this video up in a little bit so I can go eat before I have children to watch. Because they'll be getting here in like about an hour, half hour, something like that, give or take, depends on exactly when they decide to bring the children. So I need to wrap it up anyway so I can get everything situated for the kids. But yeah, so out of breath, belching, can't get comfortable as far as my temperature. Like, I'm always hot or I'm cold. There's really no in between. My clothes don't really fit as good. Like my shirts, I don't have a huge problem with my shirts. But my bottoms, like, I don't have a whole lot of shorts to begin with, but the ones that I do have are, like, high-waisted, so I can't wear the ones that are high-waisted right now. There's too much belly already, like, I can't do that. So I only have 2 other pairs of shorts that I can wear. There's one that doesn't have button, they're just pull up and kind of stretchy. Even those are starting to get a little tight in the belly. Like, they don't have a lot of stretch. They're just a little stretchy. So those will probably have to go soon. And then the other ones are buttons. And I find myself having to, like, when I sit down, I have to, like, unbutton them and leave myself a little room. Today I'm wearing a skirt, which is stretchy, so that's cool. So I do find myself wearing dresses and skirts a little bit more often than I normally would. Which I love dresses and skirts. I never really think to wear them, like, when I'm home and, there's nobody to dress up for. Like, but I mean, I can wear whatever the hell I want. So that's something that's kind of getting on my nerves, is just that I don't have anything that I can really wear. I'm wearing like the same couple of outfits like all the time. But I also don't want to go run out and buy expensive maternity clothes right now, because there's no telling like how big I'm going to get and what I'm going to need. And I know for now I can make it work in like the warm months, because I have dresses and skirts that I can wear. And I stay home, so when I'm home I can wear pajama shorts or pajama bottoms, and I'm pregnant, and the people I watch kids for know I'm pregnant, so they're not going to say anything. I'm in the comfort of my own home. I can walk around in sweatpants, okay? Okay. I try not to, but there have been days that I have done that, because I just can't stand putting on shorts, or because I don't feel like going and digging through my closet to find a dress or whatever. So there have been days that I've worn sweatpants. Sorry, not sorry. But I don't want to run out and buy a crap ton of maternity stuff for the summer, because I'm in the words. I'm going to be pregnant, like big pregnant, in the colder months. Like we're getting into, it's Tennessee, so it's going to take it a minute, but we're starting to get into the months that might get cold. You know, it's still August, so it's still hot. September is probably going to be hot. October could go either way. Typically we don't get really, really cold for October, but we can have some chilly days, so it starts to cool down in October. And then November and December, you know, I'm going to be October, let's see, I'm 3 months pregnant right now, so September, October. So I'll be 5 months pregnant in October, and at that point I'm probably going to be pretty big, I would assume. If not, November and December, I'm definitely going to be big. And then January, I think we're going to do, I think we'd agreed that January we're going to do my baby shower. So that way I'm big, but I'm not like a tank, hopefully. And then I still have that way, because there's some debate. I'm due early March. So I didn't want to do it in February and then be like, surprise, bitch, you having the kid right now. Which I know, statistically speaking, this is my first kid. I will more than likely carry longer than my due date, but I am a planner and I want to be careful, so I don't want to be in the middle of my baby shower and my water break, or I get all of a sudden I'm like having all these contractions and I'm like, get me to the hospital. Although it would be convenient, because my husband would be there, so that would be nice, because that is something I'm worried about. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. I'm not worried about myself, because I will probably be here at my house, because I watch kids Monday through Friday. So if I'm watching children, that's one thing. That is a slight problem, so I do need to figure out when I need to stop watching kids, to make it, like, not an issue. Because the one lady, I watch her kid until 10:30 at night, so if I go into labor at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm watching her kid, and I have to call her and be like, look, I'm going into labor, you need to have somebody come pick this kid up right now. And that becomes a problem. So I need to figure out when. I may talk to my doctor as things get a little further along, like what she would suggest. And then the other one I'm not too worried about. I could probably watch her right up until I go into labor, because her mom works right around the corner, her dad works right around the corner, her grandma works right around the corner, you know, and so I'm not too worried about that. There's several people I could call, hey, you need to come get this kid, you know, and then I am approximately, on a bad traffic day, 5 minutes from my hospital. 5 minutes. My ass could walk if it was that big of a deal. We only have one car right now. We decided to get rid of my husband's car, since I'm not going anywhere. I cannot leave my house when I have children, because nobody gives me car seats or anything, so I can't go anywhere anyway. And I was not going to fork over that money for kids that I might not watch that long. I don't know what the deal is there. So, you know, that would be a situation if something happens and one of them needs to, like, go to the hospital. I would call the parents or grandparents or emergency contacts or whatever, because I have emergency contacts for both, and have them probably come in and get their kid and take them to the hospital. That sort of thing. So anyway, so I'm like 5 minutes from the hospital on a bad day. But what concerns me is the part that my husband works not far away, but far away if you're like about to have a baby. So it typically takes him, on a bad day, probably about 45 minutes to an hour to get home. On a good day, it takes him about 30 minutes. And when he's coming home, it depends on what time he's coming home too. Because if he gets out at like 3 o'clock, that's when like school's getting out, and then GM is getting out, so there's like a crap ton of traffic. So he's told me that his plan is if he gets the call that I need to go to the hospital, I'm going into labor, you need to come home. He's going to put his hazards on and drive like 90 down the shoulder to get to me. Now, good news is, if it's the case where he's not going to get there in time, and I'm like, I know I'm about to like pop this kid out, I can call all those aforementioned people. My best friend works right around the corner. Her husband, which is my husband's best friend, works like 20 minutes away. Mama Boo, which is my best friend's mother-in-law, she works like 5 minutes away. And my dad, he, depending on the day, he may be close by. You know, I have people I can call if it's a big deal and my husband's not going to make it in time, because I'm also petrified that I'm going to give birth in my house or like in the back seat of a car. That's another fear I have in the back of my head. I don't want to do that, but if it happens, it happens. And like I said, I'm also worried on the flip side that I'm going to make the call and tell my husband I need to go to the hospital and then get sent home. And then I brought him home from work for no reason. So I'm hoping, if I'm lucky, I will give birth on like a weekend or like a Sunday or a Wednesday or a Sunday, because my husband's off work both those days. And then if it's a Saturday or a Sunday, my dad is probably going to be home from work. So if I'm lucky, I'll give birth on one of those days. I'm not typically a lucky person, so it's probably going to be like a fucking Monday or some shit. But yeah, that's kind of something that's been on my mind a little bit, and I know it's weird to be, I mean, I guess it's not really weird, but I've just been thinking about it a lot, and I'm only 12 weeks, so I've got lots of time before that actually comes up. But that's been stuff that's kind of been on my mind, that, you know, what if he doesn't make it? What if I call him and he doesn't need to be here? What if I have to call somebody else? What if nobody answers? And then the other thing is that his phone barely works, because he works in the grocery department, so he's over in like the freezers and stuff sometimes, and his phone don't work. I've called him 3, 4, 5 times, and he says I didn't get a single phone call. So I'm going to have to like text him and say, call me immediately. And if he doesn't call me fast enough, I'm going to have to call the store, which I worked there. I actually got him his job there. So I could call the store and be like, hey, this is Jennifer, Dennis, I used to work in grocery. My husband currently works in grocery. His name is Sean. I need you to get a hold of him immediately. I am going into labor. And they would reach out and be like, Sean Dennis in grocery, get your ass out of here. And he's going to make sure to tell them that, you know, hey, when we get into this time frame, I may just have to leave. And they're really good about that kind of stuff. Like my boss had a baby and he had to leave work to go get his wife and take her to the hospital. And so they're really good about that. And then he'll put in for his leave, which he's planning, if we can swing it, he's going to take like 2 weeks off, so he can spend time with me and the baby, and we can all get to know each other as a family and all that good stuff. And he'll call, like when the baby's born, he'll call and be like, I need to set up my paternity leave. My baby was just born. I need to spend time with my wife. Especially if I end up having a C-section, which I really hope I don't, but if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to say no, because I want my baby born healthy. It doesn't matter to me how it happens, but I would really like to try to do a natural birth. And I do want to try, I think I've mentioned this in another video, but I do want to try doing no epidural if I can help it. I'd really like, because I've heard and I've read that, you know, the epidural could not work, the epidural could be delayed, it could numb the wrong parts of your body, you could have, like, issues later in life because of the epidural. Sometimes your labor can last longer with the epidural, and they say, like, it hurts like a bitch, but if without the epidural, it's over fairly quickly, typically speaking. So I would like to try and make that effort to not use it, but I'm also, once again, I'm not stupid, I'm not gonna say no. If it's something I'm like in so much pain that I can't even think, like, I'd probably go ahead and get the epidural. So it just depends. It all is going to be kind of in the moment, and at this point I don't want anybody in the room with me but my husband. You know, I don't have a good relationship with my mother, I don't have a good relationship with my stepmother, and I'm kind of a bitch, so I'm really worried having a bunch of people in the room is just going to make me mad. You know, they're all going to be doing that whole, oh, breathe, you're okay, just breathe through it, and I'm going to be like, shut the fuck up. Like, that's not me. I am not that person who needs somebody to hold their hand, and you're doing great, sweetie, and you're alright, just breathe through it, you'll make it. Like, no. If I need to fucking scream, let me scream. If I need to cuss you out, I'm gonna cuss you out. If I need to squeeze the shit out of something, put something in my hand to squeeze the shit out of. I do not need you rubbing my hands, rubbing my shoulders, rubbing my hair, being all touchy, and no, that's not what I want. Not what I want. So I don't want anybody in the fucking room, and I'm gonna have this talk with Sean, like, look, please don't be rubbing up on me. God damn, I'm popular. Somebody keeps fucking texting me. But I don't want people rubbing all up on me. I don't want all that, you know, lovey-dovey, ooh, you're okay, you're great, you're fine, you mean, no. Let me do it. I have done everything in my life by myself at this point. Not gonna stop now. Yeah, that's what I want. I don't want a bunch of people in there. And my stepmom did something that I don't approve of with my, I guess I'll call her my sister-in-law. She's not really, like, my brother's not married to her, but they have a kid together. So she only wanted her mom. She only wanted her mother in the room with her when she had the baby. And my stepmom had gone to get them food, brought it back up, and was in the room when she started to go into labor, and just didn't leave. And I don't agree with that. You were told you were not to be in the room. She did not want you in the room. You should have left. I don't agree with her sticking around. And she's like, well, it's a good thing I did, because her mom didn't give her any encouragement, and it, like, it doesn't matter. She didn't want you in the room. You know, so I'm going to be very firm that if I said I don't want you in the room, I don't want you in the room. So, sorry if that makes me look like a bitch, but this is my kid. I'm going to take care of my family and my child. And that's how it's going to be. And sorry if I hurt your feelings. Sorry if I offend you, but I don't care. Honestly, I don't. It's my family. It's my child. I'm going to do what's best for me and my husband and my baby. And you can deal with that. And that's that. And that's the kind of stuff that's been on my mind lately. You know, like, obviously I don't have a good relationship. My mother isn't even in Tennessee, so she wouldn't even be, like, a question of could she be in the room with me or not. But, you know, I don't have a very good relationship with my stepmom at this point. She's said and done some things that I don't agree with at all. So she can just, but, you know, so I don't want her in the room. I was hemming and hawing about it before, but now I'm just like, no. After everything that I've found out that she has said and done, no. Absolutely not. And then just my mother-in-law, like, I love her to pieces. There's no problems with her whatsoever. It is not a bad relationship at all. I just don't want to cuss her out. And I know that that's probably going to happen. So, I think I'd rather her just not be in the room with me, honestly. So, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video because I feel like I've been rambling about this topic for quite a long time. And it's 12:09. And I need to get the house situated because there's going to be a kid in my living room probably in like the next 20 minutes. So I need to go get everything situated. I need to eat something. So next time we will talk about weeks 12 to 14. I go back to the doctor on September 25th. That is a month from now, so that's 4 weeks. So I will be 16 weeks, right? I think. Yeah. So I'll be 16 weeks. So the next one is just going to be a regular video, and then the following one will be a video plus doctor's appointment. So yeah, if you've got any stories that you want to tell about your delivery, your labor, your pregnancy, go ahead and leave some comments down below. Like, thumbs up, whatever you want to call it. Subscribe for more content. I try to post a video every, like, well, I was going to do like a video a week because that was kind of seemed like the thing I should do, but then I was like, well, I'm only recording a video every 2 weeks, so it's like when I sit down to record, I upload the other one. So then when I sit down to record next time, I'll probably upload this video, or these videos, because this is a 2-part, because I got fucking interrupted. Which also means this one's probably longer, because this video is already almost 30 minutes, so I may end up doing them slightly differently. I may do like one and then the other, I don't know, whatever. I'll figure it out. And then, you know what? Never mind. We're just gonna end it. I'm really bad at doing this. I'm really bad at like stopping. I'm not talking. So I will see you guys next time when I am 14 weeks. And I am taking pictures every week of my baby bump. So I'm thinking at the end of the pregnancy, I might put together a video with all the pictures to show my progression, so you guys can see that as well. Because I know in these videos I'm sitting down, so you cannot see my belly. I can't see for yourself how big it's getting. So I will talk to you guys next time. Like I said, comment, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Hit me up, talk to me, whatever. I'm here. I'm here. I'm good. We're good. Okay. I'm gonna go now. Alright. Talk to you guys later.